have Chris Buescher joining us as well. Who's ready for him up here? What a beautiful day, Texas Motor Speedway.
All right, well, fans, are you ready for more? Come on. Well, let's bring them out here. All right, here we go, fans. First, he is, you know what? Driver of that number 24 Chevy. You like to see those flames down the side. Let's bring him up, William Byron!
Welcome out to NASCAR Trackside Live.
Ooh, we got some giveaways here.
Nice. Oh, threw it right back at you. It's not. He
Here, I got
that
you.
vertical.
There you go. Let's see what kind of arm you got on you. How's he gonna do? Nice toss. Ooh, and look at that flag. Oh, the wind helped you a little bit
Got some
there.
old Jeff Gordon fans over there.
Nice.
Come on in here. Join us.
How's it going?
Man, first time here on NASCAR Trackside Live with us. Welcome.
It is.
We're glad
Yeah,
you're
hey,
here.
how's it going?
Hi there.
Good to see ya.
Great to have you out here.
Yeah, it's awesome. No, you guys got a good crowd out here. So, you guys excited for the race today?
It's going to be a fun one to watch. Don't worry, that empty chair next to you, he's on his way.
Okay.
We
10-4.
promise. Because we had this guy right here. He was out here early going, hey, Buescher, local, Texas
worry.
native,
Awesome.
ready to go. So
Still on his way. He's still on his way. Hey, you're starting in a pretty good position today.
Yeah, we are. Thankfully, starting on the front row, so I'm excited about that. Good view to start the race, so hopefully keep it up there the whole race. It should be fun.
And what's it like starting right next to Jimmy Johnson, too? I mean, I know he's your teammate, but...
Yeah, that's pretty surreal, isn't it? I mean, Jimmy's, starting next to him is pretty awesome. There's a lot of 48 fans out here, so hopefully we can make it 1, 2, 3 like we did in qualifying today, and it was just fun. It's been a good weekend for us. The cars have been faster, so I'm excited for that.
it has been fun to watch, and I know it's been faster. And who knows what's going to happen in the race today. We'll get to that later on with your predictions. But I want to go back in time and start a little bit talking about iRacing and the online side with esports and with NASCAR in particular. Even now, I've noticed there's more people watching online racing this year. I don't know if anybody else has watched it, but the Twitch channel, I've been checking that out. And it's been fun to see. But you're old school, man. Like, this is where you got your start, was doing iRacing and actually winding up in NASCAR. And I love it that no other sport in the world could you start out, on the E side of things and then actually wind up in a professional place. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I mean, I feel like that's the new age of what's going on. People are starting to do that more often now. I've been really surprised this year to see how much attention is going towards the races, I guess, on Tuesday nights and watching those. So I really enjoy it. I still go on iRacing and still race, and I feel like it helps me have an edge over other guys. So, but yeah, it's definitely the new age of how things are going. And I wasn't fortunate enough to grow up in a racing family, so the only way I was going to get connected with the sport was either being at the racetrack like you guys or being on iRacing.
Well, you've done a great job at it. I know it's fun to watch. And I think actually we have our next guest is here. Is he ready to come on up?
Absolutely.
Yeah. You know what? Let's bring him up. He's right here.
Get on up here, Chris Buescher.
Come on up.
Welcome. Nice. Thanks so much. And
Yeah, welcome.
We have
Thank
fans
you.
that have been waiting for you up here.
Yeah.
I'm a little late here.
That's okay. That's all right.
Got lost. What do you think?
So was it a late night last night, or was it, just...
No, it's kind of nice coming home. I got some family out here and some friends that are right up the street in Argyle. So we just went up there and hung out, cooked a little dinner, and I was in bed by 9:30. It's pretty awesome.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm like 70, 80 years old on the inside, so that's pretty normal for me in general. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
William, are you an early to bed guy?
Man, not as much as he is probably, but I try to, on race weekends, try to go to bed early.
Keep it at a decent hour.
Yeah.
Smart man. So, hometown track. You
It
excited
is.
to be back?
Yeah, so about 45 minutes that way is where I grew up. So always nice coming home to Texas. I like the side. That's cool. So it is cool to come out here. I've enjoyed it since the repave. I think it's been a lot of fun. We've learned a little bit with it. And I didn't run as good on the old surface, so I'm a little biased. But it's something that's It's been good. It's not the weather I was expecting, but it's not raining, so I'm not complaining. It's all good. It's all good. So we can handle a little bit of cold. It actually be about perfect for us. We'll be about 80, 90 degrees inside the race cars today, and be enjoying that. So sorry y'all gotta stay through a little bit of cold.
The sun's out, it's fine, and they got those cool hats to wear,
Yeah,
so they're
I'm
good.
sure you
They're
guys are
good.
gonna be putting on a show. Everybody's gonna stay real excited, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's
Oh, yeah.
right. That's right. That's right.
You know, I think. What do you think? You want to jump into this little game?
Sure, let's do it.
All right. So here's what we did: is we have Chris Buescher, Texas local, right? All right, and we've got William Byron. We thought the two of you would maybe like to play a little game with us. All right.
Let's do it.
All right. So it's real simple. We call this Texas Towns, real or fake.
Oh
We're
boy.
very literal around
I'm gonna
here.
get beat on this one pretty
I
good.
think you're all right. Honestly, there's too many around here. So
All right, and you got some crazy names around here.
That's
Yeah.
right. And you know what? We may let you guys take some help from the audience, but you're working together as a team, so you guys can talk amongst
Okay.
yourselves.
Okay.
All right. All right.
There we go.
All right,
So-
here we go.
Let's start out with our first Texas town, real or fake. Loco, Texas.
that's
Real.
they're saying real. I've never heard
Yeah.
of that one.
I feel like that's.
What do you think?
I feel like it's real.
They're saying real.
Ding, ding,
We're
ding.
going
Ding,
with real.
ding, ding.
Real.
You got one
All right,
point.
thank
It is
y'all.
real.
Appreciate it.
Loco,
There we go.
Texas.
All right, your next town. Kermit. Like Kermit the Frog. Kermit.
That's real.
That's real. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's real.
I've heard of that one.
That's real. Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah,
Okay.
2 right. All right, here we go. Ding Dong, Texas.
No way.
No way.
No way.
What do you think?
No.
Yes,
Yes.
ding, ding,
Oh,
ding. There is
damn.
a Ding Dong, Texas.
Man.
Look it up. Look it
Yeah.
up. All right, next. Beverly Hills.
It sounds.
I mean, it sounds.
Yeah, I'd like
There's
to think
obviously-
there's one.
Yeah.
There is.
I think
Yeah.
there's
Yeah,
one.
yeah,
Yeah.
correct.
Right.
That's right. This lady right here, I think maybe is from Beverly Hills. No.
Oh,
okay.
no.
Good.
Okay.
Checking.
Never mind.
I like the Beverly Hills, Texas better, anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm already a fan.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, Cut and Shoot, Texas. Cut and Shoot, Texas.
I don't know. You think? Yeah.
Crowd said.
Man,
yeah.
you guys are pulling the audience along.
I
Yeah.
know they're doing way better than we.
They
do.
are. They
Ding,
know.
ding, ding. You are correct. There
There we
They
go.
are correct.
Texas.
Don't even
There we
give us
go.
credit for that. They are correct. Thank you for that.
All right, I've got one for you.
Ooh, it's good.
Bee Cave. Bee Cave, Texas.
BK.
Bee Cave.
Like the bee.
This
like
guy
a-
right here is saying yes with his longhorn hat on.
All right.
2 thumbs up for that guy. Are you saying yes?
Yes.
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 Ding, ding, ding. Correct.
There we go.
All
All
right.
right, last
Look at
one.
you guys.
I know, really. They're good. Of
Y'all
course.
travel a lot. This is good. This is making it good for us.
There we go.
Smart. We got a smart crowd out here.
All right, your final one. Prosper, Texas.
Feel like
Yeah.
that might exist.
Is that where you're from?
Yeah, that's where I'm from.
William, where are you from?
Charlotte.
Charlotte.
Yeah.
Straight out of Charlotte. I love it. I love it. And how well did you do in geography back in the day?
Not too good. I mean, not great.
Well, now you know you have a couple more names to put in the memory bank.
There we
for
go.
you.
Perfect.
Now, I do know that you are a basketball fan and you've got your March Madness bracket and everything going. How's that
Yeah.
looking for you?
It was looking good till last night and the night before,
Sorry to
and,
bring
and
that
really the last week. I don't know. I've got Duke winning it all, but
So do I.
everything else is really screwed up. So we'll see.
I got lots of red too. I
Did-
got lots
did-
of red.
Did anybody pick Texas Tech to win it all? All right, there's
Wow.
a couple
There you
Texas
go.
Tech.
Chris, did you make the bracket?
I don't know anything about any sports.
Except
So
one, right?
that-
Hopefully.
that's except one. That I know that's embarrassing coming from a football state, but it came down to weekends. We took off to go racing while everybody was going to play football, and all my teachers were really confused. All my friends didn't understand, but it was okay because I'm still clueless on the whole football side. I've probably watched about 10 games start to finish since I was born.
That's all right. You got other qualities.
Yeah, so I'm working on becoming a better sports fan, but it's slow moving.
That's all right. You
As long
do
as
a
your
lot of
car
exciting
is
stuff.
fast, you're the rest of that.
Yeah, I like going in circles for a living. I'm better with that, so I don't
easier.
get dizzy.
Well, I don't know. I saw a couple photos on some of your social media that you've done some pretty interesting things with maybe some ATVs getting stuck in mud holes.
Yeah, you're
and
quite the outdoorsman.
Oh,
Yeah.
I will definitely embrace my my redneck background being from here. So that's about any off time we get. We go four-wheeling. My wife is from Charlotte and loves it as well. So there are rednecks everywhere. That's one thing we learned with our sport. We have rednecks all across this country, and they come out and support us in a big way. So we definitely appreciate that. And try and stay true to it. So yeah, you can usually any off week, you can usually find us buried out somewhere in West Virginia, Georgia, where we travel a decent amount with that as well. You'd think we'd want to stay home, but just can't sit still. Got to be driving something.
Gotta be driving. And speaking of driving something, you're getting your 100th start today in the NASCAR series. That's a huge milestone.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, I don't feel like I've been around that long, but I guess the races go by quick, so you know it's cool. Yeah, it's fun. I mean, hopefully keep that going, get to 200.
How old are you?
21.
Yeah, so these guys make me feel really old around here anymore. So I'm 26 for this year, most of it, and everybody keeps asking. So what's it like being new? I'm not really new anymore. I'm kind of old. So
now I feel really
make
old.
Me feel bad. So
We're not
100
playing.
starts. That's awesome. Yeah, that's cool.
That's really cool.
And any of those starts that are like the most memorable?
I mean, probably just the wins, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't really remember anything else outside of that. I guess just this year, Daytona. I'm not sure. What's memorable for you? What's your most memorable start?
I still remember my first one. We actually talked about this up in the Speedway Club. My first start came very panicked. Weird circumstances out in Fontana. I got thrown in the 34 car.
Yeah.
And you're in the 24 car, so it's funny. But I got by Jeff before Jeff retired. I went by him on a restart. And I remember thinking, I was like, that was Jeff Gordon. Like, we just passed Jeff Gordon. I remember sitting in the stands watching him, and that was really cool to me. And then he came blowing back by me about 5 laps later and made me feel really bad. But that was the one I remember as, like, the one driver I remember being around my first start. I was like, that was really cool. So now it's just William blowing by me in the 24.
A 24 is still going by. They're going by. But I got to ask you this one question. We're in Texas. What is the most Texas thing that you've ever done? And I'm going to ask both of you this, but I'm going to start with Chris, because you think about, rodeo and lassoing a cow and, I don't know, riding a bucking bronco. What is the most Texas thing that you think you've ever done?
You ever been on a bucking bronco?
I have not. The most Texas thing I've done is probably wear a cowboy hat. That's about it.
Hey,
What about you?
That's a Texas thing.
I don't wear hats, so I try to stay away from that. I don't really know. I got a buddy that has monster trucks, so I got to drive a monster truck one time. I feel like that was the ultimate drive a big obnoxious vehicle moment for me. But we go down to the stockyards and try and get food every now and then here, but nothing crazy, man. I moved out of here to go racing when I was almost 16, so I did not have a driver's license in Texas, which is a really big bummer for me because I feel like I could have had a lot of fun out here, but also gotten a lot of trouble. So maybe on the flip side, it was good that I got out.
Yeah.
Probably good.
Definitely. Well, thank you both so
Yeah.
much for taking the time to come out here to NASCAR Trackside Live.
Thank you,
Fans,
guys.
give
Thank
it
you,
up
guys.
for Chris Buescher and William Byron.
Thank you
Good
guys
luck
so much.
today, you all.
Well, fans, stick around. We got lots more coming up right here, right now. Fans, are you having a good time here in Texas? Let me hear you make some noise. Come on. The show goes on. We got lots more in store for you. Remember, at NASCAR Trackside on Twitter and Instagram. Post your photos. If you got one of these crazy hats right here, look at this right here. Huh? Post a photo. We'll reshare it on our account. So let's go ahead and bring up our next guest. What do you think, Amy? Are we ready to keep this show going down the tracks?
Let's keep this show rolling. Welcome out NASCAR Hall of Famer Rusty Wallace and driver of the number 34 Ford Mustang, Michael McDowell.
Come on down, guys. How y'all doing? Welcome. Good to have you here.
Welcome.
There you go. There's a
Thank you.
microphone.
Appreciate that.
Hey, Michael. Welcome to
Here.
NASCAR Trackside Live.
Good to see you. Thank you. Grab a microphone there and grab a seat. We're here on the NASCAR Trackside Live stage having fun today here at Texas.
Good morning. How you guys doing this morning?
Everything's perfect. I got here yesterday, and we did a bunch of autographing this morning over at O'Reilly Auto Parts, and so I'm in town because I'm the Grand Marshal today. So,
Yes. And thank you so much to our friends at O'Reilly Auto Parts for bringing you out, too. We're glad you're here.
thank you.
today.
Appreciate that.
All right, so we started off the day with a Texas chili dog eating contest right here. I got ask you, is that the way to start the day at Texas?
That's an early start right there with the chili dog. What time did you do that at?
It was at 10
10
a.m.
a.m.
Oh, yeah, so that's okay. 10
You
a.m.
know,
is good.
breakfast of champions. Wait, what's your breakfast of champions?
Yeah.
Well, I had 4 pieces of bacon and 2 eggs. That's pretty much my my Sunday morning ritual.
It's a solid start.
Yeah, it's a good start. Yeah.
Good.
And you?
I had 1 biscuits and gravy up there at O'Reilly Auto Parts suite a little while ago, but you know, I don't think I've been trying. If I was still driving, I wouldn't try that chili cook-off thing. That wouldn't have
Sounds
worked
dangerous.
out. Yeah, that sounds bad, doesn't it?
Yeah, that is one thing we've asked drivers before. Is it's like, what do you do before you get in the car? And I think we had a lot of use the local porta potty before they jump in there. I don't know that a chili dog would be the way to start out the race.
No, and you got to be smart too, because out at pit road, there's not a lot of porta potties. So if you
Not a lot of
don't eye it out, and if you don't plan ahead, you can get yourself in a real jam come driver introduction.
I
You
tell
gotta-
people all the time, they'll say, what do you guys do? I mean, how you go to the bathroom? Man, what do you? I say, you just watch them right before that race starts. After they have driver's introduction and they get out of the cars, the first thing you can do, just they'll run straight to a porta potty somewhere. And they didn't know that, you know? Those drivers slip off right before they get in that car.
Do they give you guys a map? Like, all right, this is the
No,
closest
that's the
one.
tough part too, and then you got to navigate through all the fans and all the chaos. And there's usually about 9 of us standing there waiting for the same one. So then people want to get autographs.
Yeah,
It
I
gets
was
really
gonna say.
awkward in that moment.
If you need an autograph, go find the closest porta potty.
That's right. Yeah.
Insider tip right there. Well, we like to talk about the different tracks that we go to with the show and find the local flavor. So here in Texas, what are some of your favorites that you do when you come to Texas? I know some people do barbecue or tacos or maybe go down to the stockyards. What are some of your favorite things to do here in Texas?
Now, for me, I'd come in town, and I loved aviation. So I used to go over to those Bell helicopter plants and watch them build those things.
Wow.
And then we stayed across the street, right across the street right here. We'd go over there and have dinner right there a lot. That's a great hotel. And then we'd get in a golf cart and ride the golf cart from the hotel straight across over here to the track. And I don't think, I had the bus here, the motorhome. We used to always hang out in it and have the sponsors and stuff. But as crazy as this sounds, I never did stay in it. I'd always stay across the street and use this to hang out at, where they had all the sponsors, my buddies there. So that's how I kind of rolled. And I know it's kind of different, but that's what I did.
I like it. What about you, Michael?
Yeah, normally this is the first trip that I brought my family with me to Texas. My kids are on spring break, so it was a little bit unique. They haven't been to Texas. This is their first time. So we went out yesterday during the Xfinity race and checked some things out. And, I don't really have a spot that I hit up, but there's a breakfast place here that when I'm by myself I usually go to. That's my favorite meal is breakfast. So, those are my spots. Usually not dinner so much, breakfast.
Well, I wonder, what some of the Texas attractions are, the world's biggest dinosaur or, a Jurassic ball of yarn. What do you think the Texas attractions are?
That's the thing is you don't get to see much when you come for the races because you're pretty busy and, the schedule, normally we don't come in early. We'll just come when the teams get here. And so you don't get to go do a whole lot or see a whole lot, other than just a few hours here and there.
Yeah, and when I was driving, it's the same thing. You'd fly in, and as soon as you fly in, you're there.
Yep.
You're not flying in, and all of a sudden you're going to go all over Texas and have fun in Dallas or Fort Worth or whatever. Now, we would hit up some really good restaurants while we were here, down in Fort Worth and different areas. We did that, but as far as going to different attractions and stuff like that never happened. Probably the biggest attraction was dinner at night at some cool restaurant that we always tried to do.
Yeah, is that what you remember from whenever you used to race here?
Yeah, I remember that a lot because it was big. I mean, we had 158,000 people here at this place, and we had sponsors flying in from all over the country, and it was a big deal. And it was always, those dinners were always sponsor dinners. I mean, you'd show up, they'd take you some really cool places, and you'd have 25 people at dinner, which took forever to get dinner.
Yeah.
But that's the type of stuff we
Rolling
did.
in with the tea.
Yeah, I had one of those last night, and since somebody else was buying my sponsor Loves, I went all out and I tried something new. For me, it's new. I don't know if you've ever had it, but I think it's called Wagyu steak.
Yeah.
You guys
Oh,
ever
yeah,
had
Wagyu
that?
beef. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, well, that's something new. I'll try that. But it came out, and it was like 3 ounces. And I'm like, this is not a Texas steak. You know, you come to Texas, you want like 32 ounces of, prime meat. But it was really good. We went to the Gaylord over there, and I think it's Old Hickory Steakhouse. It was pretty awesome.
That's cool. Well, we like to find out a little bit more about the guests on our show. So we created a Trackside Top 10. Now, what we do is it's rapid fire. Amy and I will ask you a question, a real quick answer, and we'll get to know you guys a little better. What do you think, fans? You want to play a little game with our guests here?
I'd love to get to know them better.
All right.
Okay.
So here we go.
I'll ask, and then Rusty, you answer, and then Michael. All right, ready?
All right, Rusty's going here first.
All right, our very first question. Who's your favorite superhero?
Oh, man. Who's my favorite superhero? Batman.
Oh, there you go. Good. Very
Yeah,
good.
so I was going to say Superman. I've always wanted to fly. I thought that would be fun, so that's always been my dream.
Really cool.
Love
All
it.
right, next up, your nickname in high school.
Well, I never had a nickname in high school. It was always Rusty. Rusty was all that. But my nickname in racing, Earnhardt named me after I had a big wreck. And Earnhardt says, man, anybody who can survive a wreck like that, his head's got to be built out of rubber. So he always called me Rubberhead. I called him Ironhead. He called me Rubberhead. And that was my kind of racing nickname.
Love it.
Yes, big round of applause.
Yeah, I got a long name, so people just called me McD. It's pretty much stuck.
Good nickname. Good solid.
Okay. All right, drink of choice.
Miller Lite.
There you go.
I like.
Right answer.
Yeah. Water. Yeah, water.
Water.
Yeah. Hydration is very important.
H2O.
All right, what's one show that you watch that might surprise people?
Oh, HGTV.
Anything on HGTV. I love HGTV.
I love it.
Mike?
Probably Live PD.
Oh,
Live
I
PD.
love that
Ah,
show.
there you go.
I love it. I love it.
I've seen some of you on there.
Not Jose. No. We blurred out the face. We took care of that. Favorite karaoke song?
Oh, I don't have one. Pass.
Sweet Home Alabama.
Yeah.
Oh.
Everybody knows it, so it's easy to get people into it.
Proud favorite.
All right, you're on an off weekend. What do you make for breakfast for you or the family?
It's always ham and cheese omelets and waffles. That's my deal.
Nice.
Yeah, I make pancakes from scratch. I have an old grandma recipe that I still use.
Really?
Yeah.
Would you be willing to share that with us?
Yeah, I'll
Sure,
message you
yeah.
later for that.
Yeah, they're real thin. They're kind of like crepes. They're not for everybody. Not everybody loves them, but they're good.
Ooh, I can't wait to
I
see
believe
that.
it. I believe it. All right, the best movie of all time is
Smokey and the Bandit.
Hey!
Forrest Gump.
yes.
Ah,
That's one of my favorites.
two good movies. All right, you're shipwrecked on a desert island. You've got food and water. What two things do you bring with you?
Oh, man. Two things. Are you talking about food or what?
No, you've already got food and water.
Got food.
What other two things would you bring?
Oh, a generator and a TV.
In no particular order. A gun and my wife.
It's a very good thing you clarified this.
Excellent answer.
All right. Which actor would play you in the movie of your life?
Rusty, you probably have a movie of your life.
Probably, but I got to think who would play me. Oh, man. I don't know. You caught me. Kevin Costner?
Kevin Costner.
Ooh,
Who said that?
yeah.
Maybe like that, you know?
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, that'd probably be okay, yeah.
Yeah, Kevin Costner, I like it.
Yeah, a lot of people tell me I look a lot like Leonardo DiCaprio, so I think that's probably pretty good.
Yeah, stick with that.
That's a good one.
Love it.
I love it. And our final 10th question of Trackside 10. A game you played as a kid. What game did you play as a kid?
I just played Monopoly every now and then. That was about it when I was a kid.
Nice.
Uno.
Didn't know any better.
Monopoly and Uno. Well done. You
Uno.
guys did good.
You
Another
know-
big round of applause for these guys in the Trackside 10.
I I've actually never finished an entire game of Monopoly.
Has anybody?
No.
He has, I'm sure of it. If that's what he
You
plays.
guys kept this show pretty clean, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, we gotta do what we do, right?
Okay.
So, Rusty, you have pretty much raced anything with wheels. Well, what is your favorite thing to get behind the wheel of?
Well, my favorite thing to get behind the wheel of, let me think. You know, I like, at home, I had one of the new 2018 Vets. That was a lot of fun to drive that car. That when it first came out, I liked that type of stuff. Robbie, one of the strangest vehicles I ever drove in my life was what's getting ready to happen here shortly. Robbie Gordon's deal.
Yeah.
I drove that in the X Games for ESPN, and I flipped that thing like 4 times in the race and tested it. I went to his shops and practice. I never could master it the way I wanted to, and I rolled it twice testing with Robbie, and finally Robbie took the body off the thing. You can take these little clecos, they call them, and pop off the bodies, and I'm just out there running around in a bare roll cage. He said, because you've rolled this thing so many times, you've tore up 2 bodies so far. Now the rest of practice, you're gonna practice with no body on this car. I said, all right. So I go down to Austin, Texas for the big ESPN thing. And ESPN was producing, it was the X Games, and we had Ken Block, myself, Travis Pastrana, all of us in this deal. And I pulled up, I'm getting ready to go for 3rd place, and I drive underneath this guy, and I pick the throttle up, and those trucks, like you see out there, they body roll a ton. I mean, the wheels that come off the ground this high. And I made this left-hand turn, and that thing went way up, and I just stood on the gas, and it spun over upside down and landed right back on its feet and kept going. So I had fun driving those things, but those suckers don't handle too good at all.
That's crazy.
Oh,
They're made for jumping and putting shows on. That's about it.
Yeah, and you're definitely going to want to catch that too. There's going to have a race right before the O'Reilly Auto Parts 500 and right after. So a huge jump out there. It's fun to watch for sure. All right, what about you, Michael? Fun, because you've driven a lot of stuff too.
Yeah, so probably the coolest thing I've ever driven is I drove an IndyCar Champ Car in 2005. I raced it a few times, and as far as just the pure driving speed, G-force, downforce, that was definitely the ultimate.
Yeah, it's fun to watch, and I know that anytime you can get behind the wheel of anything and just put the throttle down, it's fun for sure. Well, let's talk a little bit about the race today and get your thoughts on what we're going to see, because leading up to this, it's been interesting and fun to watch. Interesting is a good word. We'll use that. But what are your thoughts on what we're going to see in the race today?
You go ahead, because I don't know.
I started to say the same thing. I don't know either. I mean, with all the new rules, I mean, all the tracks they've took these new rules to, whether it's California or the tracks they've been at. The goal is try to create some more drafting and more passing and cars running closer and closer. And I'm hoping we see that today. I'm hoping we see a lot of side-by-side passing. I hope we see a lot of I hope we see a lot of that going on. So. And the crazy thing, every time you talk to a driver, they say the same thing. And Michael just says, I don't know what's going to happen. It's a new track. I got to see what's going to happen. But they're all learning, and they're all trying to do everything they possibly can for the race fan to put a better looking race on. So that's the goal.
Yeah, so I think that for me, this weekend has actually been pretty surprising on how close to wide open we are. With as flat and as tight as turn 1 is here now with the reconfiguration, I thought it would be a bigger lift and more of a lift than it's been. So it might produce what they had been hoping for. But I think after 20 laps, and you get some laps on the tires, no matter what, you're always looking for clean air. And so, but the cars are driving pretty well here. I think it's just because we have 4 or 5 races now with this particular package where we have kind of fine-tuned it. But there's so many unknowns. There's so many variables. This cold weather, the wind, all those things play into it. If it was a hot, sunny day, we know for sure the track would widen out and you'd be running the middle and moving around. On these colder days with the speed up, a lot of times you're right on that white line. So that makes for challenging racing. So you just never know, but it's the same for everybody, right? The rules are the same for everybody. It's still, the competition's more fierce now than it's ever been. It's definitely closer. Even if you don't see more side-by-side, the gap between the has and has-nots is very close. And I think that, that's going to create those opportunities and those moments. And restarts and starts are going to be intense like they always are. But I feel like once everybody kind of gets tuned in on this package, it'll get better and better.
It is. It's going to be fun to watch for sure.
Yes, thank you both so very much for joining us today on NASCAR
Thank you.
Trackside Live. Fans, give it up for Rusty and Michael. Good luck today, Michael. Thanks so much.
Well, fans, it's still a beautiful day in Texas. Still lots more here on NASCAR Trackside Live. Are you guys having fun out there? Well, good. You know what? This is a really cool opportunity. Driving the pace car today will be Brendan Fraser. He's an actor and upcoming this new show. You got to check it out. It's only on DC Universe. Let's take a look at his character Robot Man in the new Doom Patrol.
All I ever wanted was to give you a gentle place to land, a second chance.
And fans, are you ready for our next guest? You know him from The Mummy and Encino Man and DC Universe's newest adventure, Doom Patrol, Brendan Fraser!
Come on out here, Brendan.
Welcome out to NASCAR Trackside
Hi.
Live.
Great to have you here. Thank you so
Pleasure.
much for joining us. Have a seat right up here.
I'm loving this hat.
I know. That is a fantastic hat.
When in Texas.
That's right. That's
In
right.
Texas.
We got some hats for our fans, but they're not as nice as yours, unfortunately. We're gonna.
No, I like their hats.
They look good.
Hey,
They look good.
You know what? There's more where that came from. We can get you one of those.
Yeah.
It's true. How you doing today?
Fine, thank you. Everybody stand a little closer together. It's warm up. It's cold out here,
right?
isn't it?
Get on in
know,
here.
yeah.
Gather closer. Gather closer.
Yeah, the sun's out though, and we've got lots of exciting racing coming up here on the track. But
Yeah.
before the race starts, there's this amazing moment where the cars go out in this nice little 2x2, and there's a
Very
car in the
uniformed.
front with it setting the pace for the field. And I think somebody's going to be in that pace car, and I think it's you. So are you excited to?
Yeah, I
those
did the
guys
test
up?
run earlier this morning. Keep it at 45, 46 tops. Don't be surprised if the other drivers come up on your wing and kind of wave to you, I'm told. I'm looking
yes.
forward to that part, if it happens.
It's
Yep.
a good thing that they warned you. So that'd be William Byron or Jimmy Johnson that might come say hello to you. Did they tell you, like, hands at 10 and 2, don't go above this speed limit, put your seatbelt on, that kind of stuff?
No, my driving instructor did that a couple of years back.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Just making sure.
Yeah.
Wait, do they have to make sure that pace car driver has a driver's license first?
I brought mine just in case.
Did they check it, though?
No, they did not.
Interesting.
Yeah, so they do have a class, or I guess it's a training, really. They take you out there, and you get to go around. So do they let you open it up and see how fast you can go? I mean, did you get up there a little bit?
That's a negative. No, I'm the new guy here.
Well, you're not that new to NASCAR. I mean, you were given the official command not too long ago.
Gentlemen, start your engines. Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that was
right.
2007.
8.
8. Thank you. You're on the ball.
I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In
8.
Chicago.
Time flies.
It
Yeah.
does, yeah. And what was fun about that moment is you did an amazing command. You know,
Thank you.
Start your engines, and we showed that clip on our social media, and we had people responding to it. But the fun part is after that, you were talking with Ryan Newman, one of the drivers here in NASCAR, and the media scrum kind of came around him, and you got out your camera, and you were just kind of taking pictures of Ryan, and yeah, so it looked like you were part of the press, but you were having fun enjoying that.
Absolutely. It's an exciting, exhilarating environment. Highly motivated individuals behind the scenes, and everything you do see. I admire the competition. I admire the zeal. I admire the fans.
Yeah.
Everyone
Yeah.
seems to come here to have a very good time.
Yeah.
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 Supposed to be.
Especially here at Texas Motor Speedway, right, guys? Yeah.
These guys are so much fun to hang out with. Have you ever? I know you're you know, you're a Texas guy because you wear the hat. I love seeing the hat, and got some great photos of you with the hat. But have you done any Texas tailgating? Have you been out and done some tailgating out here in Texas? Maybe some barbecue, tacos, something like that?
Oh, I love barbecue. I love no, tailgating. Haven't done that yet. Why? Can you hook me up? Is that
Heck
something?
yeah,
Yeah,
dude. What do you think? Does anybody want Brendan to come tailgate with him?
Yeah. Anybody got a campground around here?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so.
That-
So, in your newest DC Universe series, you are playing a superhero, Robot Man. But before he was Robot Man, he was a race car driver. What did you do to get into character for this race car driver? I saw you in a fire suit. Looked pretty good.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
It was shot at Atlanta Motor Speedway. I play a race car driver called Cliff Steele in the show Doom Patrol. Cliff probably didn't win all of those races fair and square. Fate puts him in his place in a tragedy. He loses pretty much everything except his brain, which is put into a robot. And he joins a band of misfits who are anti-heroes. Not that they are anti-hero, they're just sort of anti-being a hero themselves. Their journey is one of discovery. My character, Cliff Steele, is, as a robot, probably a better version of a man or a person than he was when he was a person in a car or a kind of quasi-robot itself. Check it out. It's on the streaming service. I think it might actually be free of charge for a little while now. Check it out.
Cool. Sign me up. I like free stuff.
Yeah, it's fun to watch. And I went through and looked at some of the video and some of the press photos, and you guys did an amazing job of recreating what a NASCAR situation looks like. Like, you're in a fire suit, there's stock cars, there's champagne, crews, pit. I mean, it was pretty cool the way you guys set all that up. It looked like a real deal NASCAR race there.
The inspiration for it was stock car racing, NASCAR circa 1987, 88. So the colors are saturated, the vehicles are period. They built many of them, I know that. Boy, they were loud, let me tell you, yeah.
Did you bring your earplugs for today?
I was hoping somebody could lend me a set.
We got you
Yeah.
some.
We got-
We'll hook you up with
yeah.
some earplugs for
Absolutely.
sure. But yeah, it is. There's something about that noise of the engine and the sound of speed that, I don't know, it's exciting. And I think that's part of the reason fans love the sport.
It's exhilarating.
Do you know, another iconic sound would be that of George of the Jungle. Do you still practice this sound, this call, any longer?
This is the part where I get put on the spot, right?
No, we're not.
I'm just
yeah.
curious if you've practiced it.
Practice, no. I think I got it right once. So you're like, and then you smash into something, fall down. Is that right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of how it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
That is. Do people? What is some of the first things that people ask you? Because you've been in such amazing movies over the years and a lot of iconic roles. When fans see you, is there one that sort of springs to the front of what they ask you, or a line to say, or?
It depends on what generation you identify with. If you're, I don't know, say over 30, 35, it's a lot of wheezing the juice. And
Yes.
Yes. Thank you very much.
He knows what you're talking.
sometimes I get a lot of, hey, you look like that guy. I don't know where they're from.
Nice. Well, hey, Brennan, do you want to play a game with us?
Happy to.
All right, perfect. We're going to need a fan for this.
You know what? Let's welcome him up right now. How about a big round of applause for Brady? Brady, come on up here. How are you doing?
Doing good.
Good. Welcome. Brady, good to have you on the show.
NASCAR Trackside.
Yeah.
All right,
All right.
go ahead, have a seat.
Yeah, you guys can have a
There
seat.
you go.
Now, here's what we're going to do. This is a really simple game that we've set up, all right? And it's kind of like trackside charades, all right? So I'm going to give each one of you a card, and on that card
Brady's armed.
is a list of DC Universe superheroes. Now, here's what's going to happen. We're going to start out with Brady over there, and Brady is going to have 45 seconds on the clock. He is going to describe, without using the name of the superhero, who that superhero is. You have 45 seconds to guess as many of them as you can, and Brady will earn some points over there for each one that you get correct. And then we'll put another 45 seconds on the clock, and we'll reverse it. You get a chance to describe the characters on that, and you'll get points for that.
Copy that.
All right. So, fans, are you guys ready to help us out? How about a little cheering here? Because there are some fabulous
All
prizes.
right, Brady, are you all set?
I'm ready.
All right, we're going to count them down, fans. Ready? In 3, 2, 1.
Go for it.
Where's All Black says, I am. Finish it.
I am Batman.
Yeah, ding, ding.
Has a trident, likes to swim in the ocean.
Aquaman.
Yeah.
New movie out with the kid who turns into an adult. That's a superhero.
Time out, Brady. You got to take the glasses off, man.
There you go.
There you go, handsome. All right, so new movie out. Where what?
New movie out. Has a kid that plays in it. He becomes a superhero by a bolt of lightning.
Shazam.
Yes.
There you go. The Joker's girlfriend.
Joker has a girlfriend. Pass.
All right. She
3,
wears all
2,
black. She
1.
wears all black. She's kind of like Batman.
Time.
Catwoman.
All right.
You know what? We'll allow that one.
Yeah.
We'll allow that one.
We're gonna allow it. So 4.
Got 4.
Four
You
points.
got 4. Nice job, Brady. Nice job.
Yeah, no, you did really good.
That was more of a failure on my part, probably, but
No. I like it. Was great. It
You
was
did great. You did great.
Brendan, are you all ready? You got
set.
your superheroes in your hand?
I do.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Well, let's put 45 seconds on the clock. Brendan's going to describe. Brady's going to guess. Are we ready, fans? All right. Here we go. This is it. This is for a fabulous prize. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Not the Man of Bronze or Silver.
the Man of Steel.
His name.
Superman.
Thank you. And she is curious. She has questions because she.
Pass. What's next? What's next?
He's a guy with a brain in a tin can.
Brain in a tin.
Yeah,
A
and
thinker?
he's a big suit. He was a car driver. He's on a show that's streaming.
Robo-Man?
Correct. that thing that you see
4,
when something blows up.
3, 2.
That thing you see, that
1.
lightning effect that you see when
Oh,
it blows
time's
up.
You can do it.
Take a guess. Take a guess.
Lightning
from
pass
last-
that closes what?
Flash.
Oh,
Ah,
Flash.
Flash. It goes off when the camera takes a photo.
That's
All right.
the world, man.
Just kidding. Hey, nice job, guys. Nice job. All right, Brady, nice job. So 4 for you. I think it was a tie. So
Like 3
is
for
that
me.
3 for you?
All
All
right.
right, great
So,
job. Great job.
ladies and gentlemen, the winner is Brady. How about a big round of applause for Brady? Now, Brendan, here's what I have for Brady is 2 hot passes that get him down into the pits. He's going to be able to watch the race from down there inside of Texas Motor Speedway. Would you be so kind as to award him his prize? for
Happy
winning?
to. Congratulations.
Here you
Great
go.
job, Brady.
Have a great
Thanks
day.
so much for joining us here on NASCAR Trackside
Thank
you.
Live. Have fun today. Brendan, thanks so much for joining us out
Thank you
here.
very much. It was a pleasure
Good
to
luck
have you on
today.
here.
Don't screw it up.
You're going to be great.
Count on me.
Fans, thanks so much for joining us today on NASCAR Trackside Live. We'll see you next weekend at Bristol Motor Speedway.
Woo! Have a great day, everybody!